What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and when Alec Baldwin decided to do an interview and give his side of the story about what happened on the set of Rust to George Stephanopoulos, it has been nothing but an absolute disaster for him, because not only did he expose how much he has been lying about and how much he continues to change his story, but he gave very, very specific information that now people are taking and using and completely debunking, and they are using his own words to show just how inconsistent and just how ridiculous the lies that he has been telling sound. And one of the people who's been talking about that is covered right here in this Bounding Into Comics article. John Schneider questions Alec Baldwin's claim that he didn't realize he shot Helena Hutchins with reenactment. And now John Schneider has been around the block in Hollywood for quite a while. A lot of people know him from Smallville, obviously, but he has been talking about this basically since it happened. He's one of the people that kind of debunked Alec Baldwin's claim about the hammer and about how if I just released the hammer and all of a sudden it went straight forward and the gun fired, right? Which does not make any sense to a lot of people unless there was a catastrophic failure, a mechanical failure in the weapon that would be easily noticed by the police during their investigations. Well, now he's come out with another video that is just further throwing shade on what Alec Baldwin said. And when he did this, it reminded me of another thing Alec Baldwin said in his interview that make his story not line up whatsoever. And the more and more that comes out about this, the worse it sounds and the more it sounds like Alec Baldwin is continuing to lie about the situation. Poker Run, Dukes of Hazzard, and Smallville actor John Schneider questioned Alec Baldwin's claim that he didn't realize he shot Helena Hutchins while performing a reenactment. And we're going to show a little bit about that reenactment here. Baldwin claimed he didn't realize he shot Hutchins in an interview with ABC News' George Stephanopoulos. And I want you guys to actually hear this from Alec Baldwin himself so you know exactly what we're talking about. I'm going to play the parts here where Alec Baldwin is talking about the incident, then we're going to go to John Schneider's video. But listen to Alec Baldwin during this interview.
In this scene, I'm going to cock the gun. And I said, do you want to see that? And she said, yes. So I take the gun and I start to cock the gun. I'm not going to pull the trigger. I said, do you see that? She goes, well, just cheat it down and tilt it down a little bit like that. And I cock the gun. I go, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? And she says, and then I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off. I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off.
At the moment.
So dramatic. But that's not it. Let's follow it up. We're going to hear again what happened after the gun went off and how he is claiming he didn't realize that he shot anyone or that the potential that he could have shot anyone for 45 minutes. Listen to this.
So you have this Colt 45, you just pulled.
The hammer as far back as I could without cocking the actual
And you're holding onto the hammer.
I'm holding that. I'm just showing. I go, how about that? Does that work? Do you see that? Do you see that? She goes, yeah, that's good. I let go of the hammer. Bang, the gun goes off. Well, everyone is horrified. They're shocked. It's loud. They don't have their earplugs in. No one was. The gun was supposed to be empty. I was told I was handed an empty gun. If there were cosmetic rounds, nothing.
The editing and the music in the background, this is so dramatized. This is so fake and it's so phony. Even then, Alec Baldwin can't keep his story straight.
Nothing with a charge at all, a flash round, nothing. She goes down. I thought to myself, did she faint? The notion that there was a live round in that gun did not dawn on me till probably 45 minutes to an hour later.
45 minutes to an hour.
Well, she's laying there and I go, did she get hit by wadding? Was there a blank? Sometimes those blank rounds have a wadding inside that packs, it's like a cloth that packs the gunpowder in.
So he is claiming that he did not know for 45 minutes the possibility that he could have actually shot someone. Oh, well, did she faint? Maybe it was a blank. Well, we're going to go back and we're going to see something. John Schneider's going to show something. Then we're going to show what he said earlier in this interview that should tell everybody that this man's story does not add up. Let's listen to John Schneider, though, right here. He's going to demonstrate what it would be like if he pulled the trigger or if something happened when he wasn't doing anything, vice what happens when there is live ammunition. Watch this.
Okay, because Mr. Baldwin claims that he didn't know anything had gone wrong. So again, I expect, I'm going to dry fire it one more time, forgive me. I expect this, and I get this.
So obvious, you can see that even when he's prepared for it, the recoil that came from that weapon, that is the important thing. Now, of course, these guys are saying, yeah, if I didn't expect anything to happen, I would be shocked. I'd be really surprised if the gun went off like that, and I would assume that I shot someone, right? Like, that was the point of him doing this. However, I think the important part of this is that massive recoil. When he did this, it reminded me of something that Alec Baldwin had said earlier in this interview. The training that he received with the armorer and why and some of the things they went over. Listen to this.
We spent an hour and a half shooting the pistol, her giving me all her safety instructions.
Did you think she was up to the job?
I assumed because she was there and she was hired, she was up for the job.
And nothing she did raised any red flags with you?
No.
Okay. This training course you do, what did she tell you?
She say things like, remember, this is a blank round, so you have to create the discharge yourself because there's no projectile. So if you shot the gun, you go bang. When we roll the camera, you got to go bang and have the gun snap back. You have to create that.
So he is saying he knew that with a blank, you have to create the recoil. That is what Alec Baldwin literally just said right here. Yet, however, he's saying, I don't know what happened for 45 minutes. Was it a blank, maybe? Well, if there was no recoil, Alec, then that wouldn't make any sense, would it? If you actually believed it was a blank, if you actually believed it could have been a dummy. So a lot of things are not adding up here. John Schneider is pointing a lot of this stuff out. A lot of people are pointing this out. This completely reminded me of what he said there when he was trained about that recoil, and that if you had a blank or obviously a dummy round or whatever, you probably wouldn't be shooting with dummy rounds if you have blanks or pretending to shoot. But with that being said, that you have to create the recoil yourself. As John Schneider just pointed out, you saw it on tape, the amount of recoil that Colt 45 will have when you shoot it. Alec Baldwin is lying about something, right? What is he lying about? Who knows, I suppose. Is he lying about not knowing that? Is he lying about not pulling the trigger? Maybe he's lying about all of it. That's personally my belief. I think he's completely lying about all of it in order to try to salvage his reputation, having this softball interview with George Stephanopoulos that still turns out to be an absolute unmitigated disaster. Alec Baldwin is a garbage human being. He used it to try to play victim, but now everyone is using that interview to be able to pick apart his narrative and his story. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.